Good morning students. Up to the last lecture we have studied about how all the plants are classified. Okay, we know very basic thing is used to classify all the plant, that is the all the living kingdom, living organism present in kingdom Plantae is presence or absence of organ like fruit, okay, flower and other conducting tissue systems. Okay, so according to that basis all plants we see that are mainly divided into the two parts, what are cryptograms and phenerograms. Okay, cryptograms means what? In that seed is not present such a plants. Okay, and phenerogram means what? There are seeds present. Okay, so now from today we have to see how this cryptograms are divided into further three parts. Okay, what is in that division? First is thallophyta. Okay, then division second is bryophyta and division third is pteridophyta. Okay, so such a way that these cryptograms are divided into further three divisions: thallophyta, bryophyta and pteridophyta. Okay, so now look at, today we have to see first division, that is the thallophyta. Okay, so look at what are the, we can see that specific characters of all plants which are present in the division thallophyta. Okay, look at, first of all, grow mainly in water. Okay, whatever the plants which are present in this division thallophyta, okay, they are mainly grow in water. Okay, so water is a basic need of all the plants which are present in division thallophyta. Okay, then do not have specific organs. Okay, so if you observe all that plants, okay, if you take some water from pond, okay, and we put that water in slide, okay, again we put cover slip on that slide and observe it on microscope, under microscope, so we will be find that some green like fibers are present there. Okay, so that are nothing but the plants from the division thallophyta. Okay, there are, we see there are not presence of a specific organs. Okay, we know if we see well developed tree, then we are see that different organs of tree. Okay, root is there, flower is there, fruit is there. Okay, but now in case of this division thallophyta, okay, what happen here? Generally these specific organs are not present there. Okay, again they are autotrophs called algae. Okay, autotroph means what? Simply autotroph means what? They are self-reliant. They does not need of any other plant to get their food. Okay, we know they are green in color generally. Okay, so that is why chlorophyll is a present in their body structure. Okay, with the help of that chlorophyll they produce their food. Okay, so that is why they are autotrophs in nature. Okay, and generally they are called algae. Okay, generally they are called algae. Look at, they are autotrophs, generally they are called algae. Okay, then they may be unicellular or multicellular and microscopic or large. Okay, if we see their body structure and number of cells present in their body, so we see that in some plants like in thallophyta, so there are maybe one cell is there or multi cells are there. If you observe their body structure, then we will see that there is in some only one cell and in some there are, we see many cells are there, or some are microscopic. Microscopic means what? Very small, they are not able to see with our naked eyes. Okay, so to observe them we have to use microscope. Okay, so such a structure are microscopic means what? They are very small in size, or some are large. Okay, also they may be unicellular or multicellular and microscopic or large. Okay, then example, look at Spirogyra is a one example of this division thallophyta. Then Althrix, right, Alva, then Sargassum are the example of this division thallophyta. Okay, so if any about this division thallophyta are asked in examination, so we have to write their 3-4 characteristics and some examples. Okay, so these characteristics actually we have to remember. Okay, next is what? Some found in fresh water while some in saline water. Okay, so some of them are found in fresh water and some of them find in saline water. Then soft and fiber like body. Okay, their body is very soft and it is like a fiber. Okay, some fungus like yeast and molds which do not have chlorophyll are also include this group. Okay, so some fungus like yeast and molds, okay, they do not have chlorophyll but still they are fall in this category thallophyta, division first thallophyta. Okay, so remember this is the first division of plants which are fall under category of cryptogams. Cryptogam means what? These are the plants which does not bear seed. Okay, so according to that, these cryptogams are again divided into the 3 different parts. Okay, what? Division first thallophyta, division second bryophyta, and division third pteridophyta. Okay, in that these are the characteristic of division thallophyta. Okay, that are what? They are mainly grow in water, again do not have specific organs. Okay, they are autotrophs and generally called algae. They may be unicellular or multicellular and microscopic or large. Okay, example Spirogyra, Olthrix, Alva, Sargassum. Okay, these are the examples. Then some of them found in fresh water and some of them found in saline water. Okay, they have soft and fiber like body, and also some fungi like yeast and molds which do not have chlorophyll, still they are fall in the division of thallophyta. Okay, so you have to remember some characteristic of this division thallophyta and some example of this division thallophyta. Okay, their diagrams are given in the books. Okay, diagram of Spirogyra, Olthrix, Alva, Sargassum are given in book. Okay, so you have to see diagrams in book. Okay, but still you have to remember here these characteristics of division thallophyta and their example. If asked in examination, then near about 3 there we can set characteristic, and here about 2 examples we have to write about this division if a question asked in examination. Okay, so again read from book. These are the very simple characteristics of thallophyta. Actually these are not well developed plants. Okay, they have very small body structure, again their different type of specific organs are not there. Okay, so different tissues will be not there. So these are the very simple types of plants. Okay, so this is about thallophyta. Now we have to see about bryophyta. Okay, okay, now we have to see division second, that is the bryophyta. Okay, up to now we have studied what? Cryptogams. Cryptogams are what? The type of plants which does not bear seeds. Okay, so these plants are generally divided into 3 divisions: thallophyta, bryophyta, and pteridophyta. According to them, we have studied division first thallophyta. Now we have to see division second, that is the bryophyta. Okay, so look at what are the different characteristics of this division bryophyta. Okay, okay, these bryophyta plants are also called amphibians of kingdom plant because they grow in moist soil but water need for reproduction. Okay, we know amphibians animals means what? They are live in, we can say, water and on land also. Such animals generally we call amphibians. Okay, but now in case of plants, okay, this is a bryophyta, which the plants which are fall under division bryophyta, they have this special characteristic. Okay, what? They grow in moist soil. Okay, but they need what? They need, that is the water for their reproduction, means they need moist soil as well as water. So that is why they called as amphibians of kingdom plants. Okay, so we have to remember this bryophyta are also called amphibians of kingdom plant because they need moist soil for grow, but water need for their reproduction. Okay, then look at these plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. Okay, what are their characteristics? They are thalloid, multicellular means many cells are there, and autotrophic means they produce their energy themselves. Okay, so these are the characteristics that also we have to remember. These plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. Okay, then they reproduce by spore formation. Okay, spore formation, it is a type of reproduction, that is the asexual reproduction. Okay, what spore formation? If you see, okay, if you see diagrams in the books, okay, of that, this moss, merchantia, Anthoceras and Riccia. Okay, then we will see that if you see their body structure, then one we can say upper part, okay, one round shape like somewhat is developed there. Okay, that used for their reproduction. Okay, the spore formation is takes place there, and through that reproduction of that plant is takes place. Okay, so remember their reproduction is takes place by spore formation. Okay, spore formation is a asexual type of reproduction. Okay, that will be studied in next year, but you have to remember they reproduce by simply spore formation. Again, structure is flat, their body is flat, ribbon like long. Okay, flat ribbon like long without true roots, stem and leaves. Again, remember their body structure is flat, ribbon like long without true roots, leaf and stems. Okay, that part also we have to develop. Means these plants are also not well developed. Okay, because true roots, stem and leaves are what? Absent. Okay, true stem, leaves and roots are absent. That is why we can say that they are not well developed plant. Okay, if you observe their diagram in books, okay, then we will see that, okay, they have stem like or leaf like part and root like rhizomes. Okay, if we see, okay, their body structure on the book diagram given are there. So there are, we see that there are somewhat part is present which is like a leaf, okay, like a stem or like a root. Root like parts is called rhizomes. Okay, so if we see their body diagrams, then we are see that this true leaf are absent, true stem is absent and true leaves are absent. Okay, but that stem like parts, root like parts or leaf like part is present on their body, that are actually not true but as like. Okay, so these parts are present on their body. Okay, look at, do not have specific tissue for conduction of water and food. Again, look at, we know this specific type of tissues are present in well developed trees. Okay, but they are not, but this bryophyta division is not well developed. Okay, so that is why these specific tissues for conduction of water and food we does not see there. Okay, and their examples are what? Moss, that is also called Funaria, then Merchantia, then Anthoceras, then Riccia are the examples of this division Bryophyta. Okay, so again remember, if someone asks about the Bryophyta, then we have to write here about 3 characteristics and 2 examples. Their diagrams is given on in book. Okay, so you have to draw that diagrams in notebooks. Also, you have to remember these examples and characteristics. Look at this is the second division of cryptogams. Means these are not well developed plants, they are called bryophytes. Okay, what are their specific characteristics? They are also called amphibians. Amphibians means what? They can live in water and soil or ground also. Okay, why they are called generally amphibians? Because they grow in moist soil, but for their reproduction what water is needed. Okay, that is why they called amphibians. What are their specific characteristics again? They are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. Okay, then their reproduction takes place by spore formation. Okay, then structure is a flat ribbon like long without true roots, stem and leaf. Okay, then that stem like part is there, root like part is there and leaf like part is present on that their body, but actually that are not true stem, leaf and root. Okay, that like part is present on their body, and some also they do not have specific tissues for conduction of water and food. Their examples are moss, merchantia, anthocessors and riccia are the examples of this division bryophyta. Okay, so we have to remember these some their characteristics. The diagrams are also given there. Okay, you have to draw their diagrams also, because sometime in examination the diagrams is also asked for drawing. Okay, so that is why you also draw that diagram. Okay, now we have to see division third, that is the pteridophyta. Now we have to see that is the division third of cryptogams, that is the pteridophyta. Okay, so we know these cryptogams are divided into the three divisions. What? Thallophyta, bryophyta and pteridophyta. Now we have to see what are the some basic characteristics of this pteridophyta. Okay, look at. They have well developed root, stem and leaves and separate conducting tissues for conduction of food and water. Look at up to the last two divisions. Okay, thallophyta and bryophyta, there are we see that two are not well developed. Okay, in that absence of what? Root, stem and leaves. Okay, there are we see there are not a present of true leaves, stem and roots. Okay, but now here what? They have well developed root, stem and leaves. That is the one part. Again, separate tissues for conduction of food and water. Okay, means as like well developed plant. Okay, we know all well developed plant have all that organs, also separate tissues for conduction of food and water. As like this pteridophyta division also have well developed root, stem and leaves, also separate tissues for conduction of food and water. Okay, so that is the difference between first two division and this third division, which is fall under category cryptogams. Okay, now they have all well developed system, but why they are fall in the cryptogams? Because see this second characteristic, but they do not bear flower and fruit. Okay, what happened here? They have all developed root, stem, leaves, also conduction, water and food system is there, but they do not bear flower and fruit. That is the main important characteristic. Due to that they are fall under category cryptogams. Because of what? They do not bear flower and fruit. It simply means they does not bear seed. Okay, and we know cryptogams means what? The plants which does not bear seed. Okay, so that is why they does not bear flower and fruit. That is why they are fall under category what? Cryptogams. Okay, then they are asexually reproduced by spore formation, and also sexually by zygote formation. Okay, so what happened, their reproduction takes place sexually or asexually by both way. Okay, we know they sexually reproduce by spore formation and asexually reproduce by zygote formation. Okay, so these are the two modes of reproduction is also present in cryptograms. Okay, then some example of this division is Nephrolepis, okay, Morcilla, Teres, Adiantum, Equisetum, then Selaginella and Lycopodium. Okay, these are the examples of this division Pteridophyta. Okay, example of verb to draw diagram is a many time asked in examinations. Okay, so all these three category, what, Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, okay, all their important characteristic, their examples and their diagrams. You have to write and draw that all diagrams in the notebook. Okay, so these are the some special characteristics of this division third Pteridophyta. Okay, so we can say that the plants which are present under division of Pteridophyta, which are well developed as compared to first two division. Okay, because what, there are absence of organs and conducting tissue, but what happen here, here are presence of all well developed organs as well as what, conducting tissues for food and water. Okay, so such a way that what, these are the some characteristic of Pteridophyta. We see today characteristic of Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Okay, so we can say that well developed plants are start from this division Pteridophyta. Okay, beyond that further whatever division we see, that all well developed plants, because here are appearance of roots, stem, leaves, true organs are there, also true conducting tissues are present there. So this is one of the well developed division. Okay, as compared to first two divisions. Okay, so such a way that today we see about the cryptograms, their divisions and their characteristic. Okay, we know cryptograms are generally divided into the three divisions, what, Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. We see their different characteristic, their examples, their diagrams are given in book. You have to draw that diagrams from books. Okay, now from tomorrow we will have to see the second part, that is the phanerogams. Okay, we know plants are generally divided into the two groups, what, cryptograms and phanerogams. These are cryptograms divided into the three divisions that today we see. Now tomorrow we have to see the second type, that is the phanerogams, means the plant which bear seeds. Okay, that are called phanerogams, that we will see in tomorrow's lecture, but today it is okay. Okay, remaining part we will see in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.